Hey everyone, welcome back to PSG. I've been playing this game called It Takes Two with my wife. Ben's been playing this game called It Takes Two with his wife. So since we're both about 3 chapters in, we thought it'd be a great time to give you a first impression from 2 individuals playing it with their significant others and how it is going. Sound about right? Is that our first impression? Did I get it wrong?
No, you didn't get it wrong. My first impression is that it's fun. It's actually a lot of fun. I was really surprised when I finally booted it up and started playing. What do you think so far?
I'm really enjoying it. I wasn't expecting... It's weird because there is a bit of skill level to it because it is a platformer, but I don't think there's a skill level so far beyond you can't get just, not regular gamers to play it.
I don't even think it needs to be regular gamers because my wife doesn't play a lot of games, much less than you or I, or even what we'd consider a casual gamer. And she's doing really well with it.
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. I feel like it's good because it has a lot of you can do some extra things, there's a lot of hidden things, but the game's pretty straightforward in what you're doing. It's pretty simple to kind of pick up a controller and figure it out pretty quickly.
Exactly. The path forward is very obvious. It's just a matter of actually executing whatever it is they need you to do. And each level so far has been different enough that we haven't gotten bored, so...
The only thing that I've come across up to the chapter that I'm on that seems to repeat itself is the rail sliding. That seems to come up a lot. But outside of that, everything is unique. All the mechanics are different. There's a whole level where you haven't gotten to this point yet, but one of you can grow super big, and the other one can go anti-gravity. And so you figure out different puzzles because one can grow and shrink while the other one's upside down.
That sounds fantastic. That's what I mean, though. Every level just seems to be a little bit different. The nail and hammer, and then the honey and matches.
Sap. Yeah, no, I thought it was sap. I thought it was sap and matches, but it doesn't matter.
Sap and matches. Doesn't matter if we're blowing up honey or sap.
We're blowing up something that looks like both.
Yes. We're blowing up some type of fuel with fire. And it's fun.
But that's what I really like about the game. Every level, I'd say so far, the game's lengthwise is a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. This game is only $40 to begin with. And I don't know if you knew this, but you get a friend pass. So when you buy the game, if she owned her own PlayStation, you could give her a copy of the game for free to play with you.
I saw that, which is really nice. You don't have to have 2 people drop $40 for the game. You just
it'd be
need
a lot
one
harder
person.
to
You
sell.
can invite whoever you want.
And that's what. The only downside I'd say to this game is it does require communication. There's no AI option. There's no single player option. So if you're going to play it, you need to talk to your the person you're with because you do need to orchestrate some stuff. It'll be a lot harder to do by hoping they're going to figure it out. So if you're a very introverted person who doesn't want to talk to people, this is not the game for you.
I agree with your last statement, but I also don't see it as a downside for a game called It Takes Two.
No, I will give you that. It literally says it in the name. If you thought this was going to be single player, you are sadly mistaken.
Exactly. But honestly, I mean, even after we're done recording this, I got up from playing this game to come and record this, and we're probably going to go back to playing the game and finishing it. It's probably tonight. Well, maybe we're going to finish it. Because this game is much longer than I thought it was. You told me it was 7 chapters, and I thought each little section was a chapter. I was thinking
I thought about clarifying that, but when I realized it wasn't, it was kind of like a happy surprise how long it was. So I was like, I'm just gonna let him figure it out.
Right. We got through it, and I was like we had just gotten out of the shed, and I was like, oh, okay, I've done 5 different puzzles. Okay, we got 2 more. We're almost back to the house. Go to save the game. You're on chapter 2. I'm like, oh, it's that kind of game, man.
When we got out of the shed.
That was a good surprise.
You're currently on the level with the squirrels, right? Which is technically chapter 2. The squirrel stuff is all chapter 2.
Yes.
So you haven't finished that yet?
No, I'm pretty sure we're pretty close. I think the last thing we completed was the slide where we were taking out the multitude of bees.
Okay, hornets. That was a fun level. But the squirrel thing then goes into, I'm not going to really spoil it, but the finale is really good for that one. Once again, it changes up the entire play style, and it gives you this epic score. I think that's what is really shocking to me. The game does everything on such a crazy epic level. The storyline to me is about as deep as a Pixar movie. We're getting a divorce, and we need to work together. collaboration. That guy's
my
accent
God.
that you can't
That
place
book.
anywhere.
That book is both hilarious and the most annoying thing I have ever met.
I can't imagine being the two main characters dealing with that book, because when he pops up for me and Natalie, I'm like, no, go away, book.
I can't imagine being the voice actor who got brought in to be that hammy.
It's so over the top. There's a later level, and I'm only gonna say this so you can find it. But there's a later point in the level when you guys are in space. I'm not gonna tell you what's going on while you're there, but you can find a radar tower and you can aim it and hear discussions, and you can hear the book practicing his lines.
Oh my God.
I was just sitting there listening to him, and he's like, collaboration. I don't know. I gotta give more emphasis. Oh, No, too slow.
Yeah,
So-
as far as the story goes, I mean, I'm not expecting a lot of depth as far as like narrative intrigue. I'm expecting more emotional depth by the end.
Yeah, from what I heard elsewhere, it does stay pretty shallow, Pixar level. Like, they don't go super deep into it. But I don't really expect much beyond that, because yes, the story is about a couple trying to come together and find a reason to stay together. They want to find the romance in their relationship. They want to find out what, the fun of being together. They want to do it for their daughter. And I think where I'm at, which I think Natalie and I are about halfway through the game at this point, they've done a good job with that. I mean, none of the jokes are over the top. Some of them are very adult themed. It is very shallow in comparison to what it could have been, but I don't really expect much else from a game where the squirrels are wearing army suits and I'm got a talking hammer.
And you suck the eyes of a vacuum out of its sockets.
That was just dark.
That was
dark.
horrifying. I was like, what are we playing right now?
So I would say, as a first impression, if you are looking for a game to play with a friend or a significant other, this is definitely a game for that. It's a lot of fun. The story's great. Yeah, and the challenge level, I think, is perfect for new gamers and longtime gamers.
Yeah, it's the perfect couch co-op game.
Oh yeah, I mean the matchmaking's there though. You can get a friend to play it with you online if you don't have any.
Right, it is online. I'm just saying, if you do have a significant other who wants to play games, it is perfect for that. Or if you have a friend you haven't been able to play games with recently, it reminds me a lot of I think it was A Way Out.
It's the same guy.
Is it the same producer, like the same?
Yep, same
company?
exact team.
Okay, that makes so much sense.
This is their next game, so.
Yeah. Well,
which is funny because I didn't like A Way Out. I felt it was too slow. I feel like the pacing on this one's a lot better.
Yeah, I think it's an improvement on that game. I enjoyed that game though, just because, again, when you're looking for a good couch co-op, it's kind of hard to find in this environment, in this
everything wants to be online live service.
Live service, MMO, like get as many people in one game as you can. It's nice to just sit down and either play locally or just play with like one other person and be able to go through a story.
Yeah, I agree. But all right, well, that's my first impression on it. I definitely recommend picking it up, and I assume you do as well, Ben?
Absolutely, I recommend picking this game up.
All right, and we will catch you guys next time on the next First Impressions right here at PSG. Thank you so much for your continued support. I got nothing else. Do a sign up. Come up with a sign up. Make one real quick.
Stay tuned to PSG for all your latest gaming news, reviews, and discussions.
Oh, don't do your catchphrase. All right, we'll see you next time.
See you guys.